Hey everyone, I'm Jet and welcome back to Clinical Research and Tea with Jet. Today we're discussing a crucial issue, the growing wave of actions against diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, in both education and research. From top-tier universities and national research institutions, DEI programs are facing unprecedented scrutiny and defunding. Let's unpack what's happening. In April of this year, the U.S. Department of Education has issued a directive requiring states and school districts to certify in writing that they are not using DEI programs or risk losing federal education funding. State education chiefs were given just 10 days to comply with this certification under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act. The Trump administration has argued that DEI programming constitutes race-based discrimination, a stark reinterpretation of a law originally created to prevent discrimination. Many districts have expanded DEI efforts following the 2020 police murder of George Floyd, aiming to close achievement gaps, diversify staff, and build more inclusive school climates. Now those same efforts are under threat. This crackdown isn't limited to public schools. Universities are also in the spotlight. Institutions like Columbia and Harvard have become targets as the administration frames DEI and anti-racism initiatives as forms of anti-white or pro-Gaza sentiment. Critics argue the real motivation is to suppress academic freedom and intimidate less resourced schools through high-profile examples. In March of 2025, Harvard University became a national flashpoint in the fight over academic freedom and diversity policy. Faculty members circulated a letter urging Harvard's leadership to publicly resist federal demands calling for coordinated opposition and legal action. Harvard's AAUP chapter and national affiliates filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, citing First Amendment violations targeting pro-Palestinian speech. On April 3rd, Harvard received a letter stating that its federal funding would be contingent on eliminating DEI programs, revising curricula, and installing federally approved leadership. Harvard refused, stating, "No government, regardless of which party is in power, should dictate what private universities can teach, whom they can admit and hire, or what they can study." In response, donations poured in. Nearly 4,000 gifts totaling over $1 million were made in under 48 hours in support of Harvard's stand. One official said, had Harvard not stood up, it would have sent a generational chill through higher education in this country. At the federal level, the Department of Health and Human Services canceled over 500 National Institutes of Health research grants, totaling more than $350 million. The defunded projects focused on structural racism, gender-affirming care, and health disparities in minority communities. One such grant, worth nearly $1 million, aimed to create tools for measuring structural racism among English and Spanish-speaking populations. The administration stated that studies based on gender identity lack scientific value and have little return on investment, sparking widespread backlash from the scientific community. 16 state attorney generals, led by New York's Attorney General Letitia James, have filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, calling the mass cancellation of research grants unlawful. The suit warns of delayed treatments and lost programs in health innovation, arguing that these cuts are driven by politics rather than science. As of late March, over 900 grants have been terminated. This isn't just a funding issue. It's about the future of public health, academic freedom, and inclusive education. What are your thoughts on the sweeping actions against the DEI and science? Do you believe politics should shape public health research and education? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. Let's keep sipping on knowledge and staying informed together. See you next time on Clinical Research and Tea with Jet, and as always, have a cup of tea for me.